Hi all, so you may remember what we studied in the last video. So I'm starting from the same place because it's easy to follow up, right? So this is a continuity of the last video. So if you don't watch the last video, if you didn't watch the last video, go watch it and come back. Otherwise you may not understand. So we have seen that how we can make a while loop true or false and make a system, make a command to run repetitively, right? So now this is a false condition because x is 0, but here we are comparing x is to be 1. So I will make it true first. Okay, so that means x is 1, x is assigned to 1. So if you go to that x value and see, x is 1. So number 1 is stored in the memory location and it is named as x. I told those things in previous videos. Then you start the serial communication and then compare whether x is 1 or not. So that is true. So while loop is iterating, right? So you may be able to tell the code flow. There should be no question, right? So while starts and iterating. The code never goes to the line number 10 and it never goes to void loop. It's still within the line number 5 to 9. Okay. So how we can break it? So let's say if you by some condition you have to get into the while loop, but at one point you have to get out of it, right? So we should know a scenario to break it up. So if you really focused on for loop and the functionality of the for loop, now you will understand how you can do it. Even a particular number of time how you can iterate while loop, you will know. Otherwise no problem, I will tell you. So the problem is what? We come here, we check whether x is 1 or not. 1, this is true because x is 1, right? So true. So we get into that. Again we come and check, again 1. We get into this, again 1, again 1. Every time it is 1 because we assigned it to be 1 and we never changed it. Okay. So that is a hint. So how you can get out of the while loop is you have to change the x value. So if you change the value x value, that is not number 1. The new value, if the new value is not number 1, then we will come and check here and see x is not number 1. So x is equal to number 1 is false now. It's not true, it is a false condition. Then immediately what will happen is we will go to this place and we will skip the line number 6, 7, 8 and we will immediately move to the line number after the line number 9. So maybe line number 10. So you will skip everything from line number 5 to line number 9. That's a condition. So where you can change the x value? That is another question. Because if x became 1, okay, we get into the while condition, while loop. And from line number 6, 7, 8, 9, the while condition exists. So let's say 6 and 8 are, there's nothing we wrote, but still I am having it just for some clarity. Only line number 7 is there. So we go to the 6, 7, 8 and 9 and then again we come to line number 5. Okay. So if you have to do something, you have to write within the while loop because the program will never goes out of the while loop. So if you have to change the x value, you have to change it within the while loop only. That is the only possibility you have because the program never goes out of here. If you change x to 0 here, you can change the variable values anywhere, right? I have taught those things to you. If you change it x 0 here, it doesn't make sense because the program will never come to this line. You will come and check the while, start and check the while loop, it is true, and it will loop between line number 5 to 9 forever. So there's no chance the program will go and make the x as 0. So if you have to make it 0, the only place you can have it somewhere within the while loop. So the best choice is after you have done whatever you are supposed to do, you can change the x value. So what I will do is I will take the line number 8 and I will change the x value. I will reassign a value to x. Like say x is equal to 0. Okay. Now what will happen? Now you will come. Okay. Now the code will come and x value is 1. Serial begin will start while x is equal to 1. So we will check whether this is true or false. So as I have told you at the first time, this is true because x is 1. We assign to x to 1, start the serial begin and check whether x is 1 or not. So what is x value? X value is already 1. So 1 is equal to 1, true. You understand what I am telling? I am replacing the x value with 1 here because here it was x. So x is equal to 1. So I will add 1. I will substitute x by 1. So anyway, x is equal to 1 is true here. Okay. Very easy thing. I am just repeating it. So we will get into that condition while loop and we will go to the line number 6. Line number 7 I will print the high. And you see line number 8 I change the x value. x is equal to 0. So what happens is, in the memory location where the x is being referred, so the memory location named as x is now holding value 0, not 1. That means x is now 0. Okay, so I forgot to change the condition. So x is equal to 1, it was there. So we check, get into that, x is equal to we display the high one time, we find x value 0. Yes or no? Yes. I mean, we change x to 0. So we come here, line number 9 and line number 10. But where will we go now? We will again go to the line number 5 and check whether the while loop is still true or not. Please see this. We don't go to the beginning of this void setup. Okay, we don't go here. We don't restart here. We don't go to line number 2. We just go to the start of the while loop. That is a concept of loop. We will loop within these two lines, line number 5 and 10. So I will again go and see and check whether x is 1 or not. What is x value now? 0. So I will replace x by 0 here. So 0 is equal to 1, true or false? It is false. Okay, so x is 1 is equal to false now. Now it became false. We purposefully change it to false. So now what will happen? We will, from the line number 5, we will immediately jump to line number, not 10, line number 11. Because this 5 to 10, the while loop area. So we are going to skip the while loop area now. We are not going to get into that because while loop is false. Condition is false. So we will skip it and we'll come to line number 11 and we'll come to line number 12, and that is the end of the void setup. So we never repeat a void setup because void setup is supposed to run only one time. Okay, we never come back and we move to void loop. Understand? So you will see only one time this while loop will run, right? Because we make it false at the end of the one time. So you will see the serial println high, that means high is being printed only one time. Okay, only one time it is being printed. Understand? So just because of this scenario we change it. So this is how we play around variables. This is the benefit of having a variable. If I have a true condition directly here instead of this comparison, I will not have this chance to break the while loop. Since I am having a variable and I am changing I am capable of changing the values of the variable, now I am able to break the while loop with only one iteration. So if you are smart enough, you may even find ways to break the while loop after 2 iterations or 3 iterations or any particular number of iterations depending on the purpose. So forget about that. For the moment, if you have understood, okay, there's a way to break the while loop like this, and what is the importance of writing that changing inside the while loop? What is the need, significance? You understand now. We don't have a choice, right? You understand? So if you understand the scenario and how the code flow works, how to break the while loop, that's enough for today. So if you don't understand it, just rewatch the video and you will get it. The best choice is starting from the while loop series 1, 2, 3 and coming to the video and rewatch it. You will get the point. Okay, so this is enough for the day, guys. I will catch you up in the next video. Until then, have a great day ahead. Bye, and consider subscribing us.